Welcome back to the Buds in the Box podcast. The Leafs win 4-0 in game four. And I'm just so hyped. And I believe the boys are too, because the Leafs are one game away from making it past the first round since what, 2001?
2004, I think it is.
2004. All right. 2004. That's crazy. One win away. Next game is on Thursday. And just to summarize the game, I wrote down four keys to why Toronto won: penalty kill, power play, 5v5, and goalie. And Toronto was better than Montreal in all four of those categories, the most important ones. How would you guys summarize the game?
Well, I mean, to begin, it was just it's a game that it was back and forth in that first period. That was a pretty good playoff hockey to begin with. It was contact, and then we were doubling their shots at the end of the first. So I mean, that's all you can really ask for, because we've seen a pretty good trend in these past few games is no goals in the first period. So it's good to see that we were dominating in shots, and at least there's a category that we were dominating in heading into that second.
Yeah. First and foremost, I apologize if I am lagging at all in this podcast, because I'm at the cottage right now and there's not a lot of service. So if I'm laggy, that's why. But no, I think the Leafs had an amazing game, like through and through. I mean, as I said last podcast, that second period is so important. William Nylander is staying hot. It's unbelievable what he's doing, and he just has Price's number. Alex Galchenyuk had an unbelievable game. I mean, there were guys that just completely stood out that game, and like, guys, this is how the Leafs were going to win. You can't depend on Matthews and Marner all the time, or in a normal game, Tavares and Nylander. So, right, so it's like getting points and goals from the third, fourth line. That's what you need to win a playoff series. So,
Well said. Yeah, and going into the first period, I mean, it's exactly what you guys described. It's similar to the last game, actually. I mentioned at the start, first period was kind of slow. Second period, all the action, and then third period, Leafs just go on defense mode. So basically the same game. Another low shot period where they basically test each other out, feel the new lineups out. There was a few changes. Dermott was in, completely unnoticeable, and Nash was out. Felino's out, and the other one was Brooks was in, he was actually really good tonight, I think. The penalty and in the first period, the other note I had was the penalty kill looked amazing. Montreal is 0 for 13. That means we're 13 for 13 on penalty kills, which is absolutely unbelievable. Like I said at the beginning, penalty kill and power play. We completely changed our end of the season drought into something that's amazing and helping us win these past games. What do you guys think about the first period?
and the first period was fine. The first period I had no problems with. 0-0, it's not a bad outcome, right? A bad outcome would have been being down by a goal, right? So it's fine, right? That means Campbell's playing well. That means the defense is doing okay, right? So first period I had no issue with.
Jude?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of summed it up before, but it's mostly been the teams kind of feel each other out in that first period, and then they really get to know each other in that second, like Philly's been saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously the second was action-packed, three goals, and this completely defined the game. I don't remember who said it. It was either it was one of you two that said the second period seems to be like the period for the Leafs.
That was Philly.
That was
I
Felly.
mean, both of us have said it multiple
Yeah,
times, but it really has been. That's the period that they've been winning games.
yeah,
So and it's been going on for a bit, because they've been holding the lead in the third period.
exactly. And the second period seems to be like the sweet spot for the Leafs. And it definitely showed in this game. A minute and a half in, Nylander scores from Galchenyuk and Kerfoot, I believe. Amazing pass by Galchenyuk. Just a no-look backhand pass right to Nylander, and he puts it in the back of the net for Nylander's fourth goals in just as many games. What do you guys think about that one?
That's a beautiful goal. It's just from the get go, all the way from just a great play from Kerfoot all the way to Galchenyuk. Galchenyuk was looking superstar esque there for sure, with behind the back no luck, unreal. And then how Nylander got his stick on that, I don't know. And out of all the saves that Price would make, you'd think it'd be that one, and no, because Nylander knows his ancestry at this point. He knows everything about Price there is to know. So 4-4, he's hot right now, like Felly said, and there's nothing except for excellence on that goal.
Yeah, that was just an amazing play overall by Galchenyuk and Nylander, both to pad the pass and the finish. Really just fun to watch, right? And Nylander's just got Price's number. 4 games in a row with scoring on one. Yeah, it's got to be some sort of record.
Yeah, it hasn't been done since 1951.
Yeah, so there you go. So it's like it's an unbelievably hard thing to do, first of all, and then on this, supposedly, he's a very established goalie. So for him to be doing it on an established goalie like that, it's a bit different if he was doing it on Mike Smith, something like that, right? So he's doing it on this established goalie who is supposedly supposed to be this playoff star, right? And he's making him look like Mike Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not terrible, but I mean, that's he's not looking like playoff Price, as Habs fans like to say. But yeah, that was just a nice goal all in all.
Yeah, of course. That line looked amazing tonight. And it didn't stop there. 12 minutes in, Spezza from Galchenyuk. Another, and Muzzin, sorry, I forgot to mention Muzzin. Another insane pass from Galchenyuk. This time it was a sauce on a 2-on-1 to Spezza, and Spezza puts it in the back of the net. I didn't even see it go in, but Jude started cheering, so did I. What do you guys think?
I mean, that's just an unbelievable sauce from Galchenyuk. I don't know where he pulled that from, but coming off of last game, as me and Felly made a lot of comments last game. In those first 2 minutes, and we're pretty sure after that he was benched in that first period. He said, "You know what? I'm showing up. I got to make up for what I did yesterday." And 2 unbelievable assists. Assists are just as important as the goals, as we all know. So, and then just a great finish by Spezza. It hit the top of the net, and Eric went, "Oh!" And then I jumped up because I was like, "That's in." So that was that's definitely an exciting goal to go up by 2 on the Habs.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable saucer pass. I couldn't get enough of that saucer pass. I was watching the replay like 3 times. I was like, wow, I couldn't get enough of it each time. But yeah, that was just an amazing play. And Spezza's been pretty hot. He scored in 2 of 4 games. So
yeah,
and that being said, I'm just thinking now that was the 4th game and Leafs are up 3-1. So that makes me really excited. Just statistically right now, the Leafs have to win 1 game and Montreal has to win 3 if they want to make it the second round. So obviously we wanted to be in this position. I don't think anyone thought that it would be a sweep, but this is the best case scenario right now in terms of losing that first game, right? So, we just the Leafs just have to keep rolling now.
Yeah. And speaking of rolling, Joe Thornton, 15 minutes in, continues his regular season final push, and he finally gets on the board. The power play keeps rolling, and he got the assist by Kerfoot and Spezza. So the old guys, making some plays. Did you guys have any opinions on that one?
I just wanted to say we're gonna get to it at the end of the segment again, as our fans should know our MVPs, but Kerfoot, another man. I thought that was a great night from him, no doubt. Felly's dad actually pointed him out last night, so he's hot right now as an overall player. He's not just like, oh, like Kerfoot had a good game. Like he's hardworking and he's doing exactly what we needed. He's now a second line centerman and he's stepping up to make plays like he did. Nice little tic-tac-toe there, if you will. And that's just exactly what we need. Spezza got robbed like that the night before, so good to see that one slipped in.
Yeah, and just to expand on that Kerfoot point, I mean, he has just been unbelievable and stepping up exactly where he needs to be, stepping up into if Foligno is back in the lineup for Game 5, which who knows, they're not saying anything about him. If he is, I would put him on the 3rd line. Honestly, that second line is really rolling right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't touch that. I wouldn't touch that second line until they have not a great game. But the last 2 games they've been unbelievable. So if Foligno does end up coming back into the lineup, and I'm not saying that I don't want Foligno to come back in the lineup. I'm just saying it may be a blessing in disguise to see that these guys actually worked so well together with Foligno out of the lineup, right? Because they would never have been a combination if Foligno and Tavares were both, in the lineup. So and they're working extremely well together. I can see it being at least keeping Kerfoot and Galchenyuk together. Hopefully, if going for the rest of the playoffs, if we get Foligno back or hopefully, in a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, maybe if we're in the finals, Tavares. But, I'd like to see actually Galchenyuk and Kerfoot playing together because they're just unbelievable. So,
yeah, and I think on that point as well, huge ups to William Nylander. I mean, we have to give a lot of credit to him. He scored in every single game so far. Someone who's known as the most inconsistent scorer on our team scores in 4 straight in huge games. And not only that, he has 3 different centers in those 4 games. I mean, you can't ask for more from him, and he's playing out of his mind right now. Another point I had was, that Thornton goal is a power play goal. So, we're turning the tables. I think in those last 10 games, we had 3 power play goals. Well, now we're 3 for 16, 20% in the playoffs against the Habs, which is a huge, huge accomplishment and is definitely what's pushing the Leafs past the Habs. Moving into the third period, just quickly, similar third period to last period again. The Leafs are already up 3 goals, and the Habs are trying to pressure quickly, and we know the Habs aren't the best offensive team in the league, so it's going to be difficult for them to do. I also wrote down that, Montreal attempts desperate offense while the Leafs just kick back, play some defense, and then Galchenyuk finishes off the night with an empty netter, assisted by who else but Kerfoot. Galchenyuk gets a goal, 2 assists, Kerfoot with 3 assists. Unbelievable night for those boys. Not only that, Jack Campbell, 32 save shutout. Holy shit. Holy shit. I posted something on the Buds in the Box Instagram, which you guys can go follow, link in the description. Jack Campbell, everyone was saying, oh, he doesn't have any playoff experience. Goes head to head against one of the best goalies in the league, supposed best goalies in the league, and gets a shutout against him. I mean, I don't even have any words to describe it. There's so many stars that we can have tonight when we do that segment tonight. What did you guys think?
Well, yeah, you just literally said my stars right there. There's nothing else to it. You just took them right out of my mouth. So I guess Felly would probably have similar, but Felly's probably got to put Nylander up there, so we know. But to begin, I'm gonna have 3 stars today, just because you know what, it's Galchenyuk and Kerfoot. They're not the 2 biggest guys on the team. We know that, but they are 2 hard-working players, and they get things done. They get battles done in the corner. They get pucks to the net. They make flashy plays all of a sudden. They're passing the puck like it's unbelievable, as we've seen this game, and they're working hard, and it's paying off, and we're seeing it in that sense. And just finally, I get a time to just kind of I guess breathe out and say that Campbell is comfortably outplaying Price by a large margin here, and outplaying every single goalie in the playoffs. He's even neck and neck with Spencer Knight, who played 1 game. So I mean, that's something that you got to look out for sure. Is Campbell, and we are going to be keeping our eyes on him, peeled, because we've all been comfortable with him. Nobody in this podcast had doubts about Campbell starting the playoffs, and he's really proving our point in. And honestly, on that note, we were all talking last night thinking, you know what, Anderson's going to start this game. Anderson versus Allen maybe, and then Price was confirmed this morning. And then from there, you kind of thought, if Price is confirmed, we're not just going to throw in Anderson. Campbell's first back-to-back in a while, and he played one of his best games of his life, I personally think, with 32 saves. And, man, I'm just so happy for the guy.
Yeah, just to stay on Campbell for a bit, I have 2 points. I have one about Campbell and then the other one about the third period, what Eric was talking about. But just about Campbell there, it just shows you how much trust that the Leafs have in him. He hasn't played a back-to-back in a long, long time. They were resting him even when there was days between starts. So to put him in, that just means that the trust they have in him, because this was, as much as it may not seem like it, a must-win game for this series. So there could be a potential next game. Maybe you would see Anderson, just because you have a little bit of breathing room now in terms of the series. But anyways, that's probably stupid. But Campbell is giving it his all. But no. And then about the third period, everyone's saying like it's just a stupid thing. Like same as last game, it's like the Leafs had a terrible third period. Like they played so bad. They had a 3-0 lead going into the third period. They didn't need to go play offense. 12 shots to 3 or whatever it was today. Who cares? It was literally like having Montreal in your end isn't scary. It isn't as scary as people think it is. Like it's off the rush. It's that off the rush stuff. So the Leafs were literally dumping and trapping. With a 3-0 lead, you can do that. And yeah, they're going to get the odd shot, but none today. I didn't think we're that high percentage chance. At worst, 2 of them were. Right. And with a 3-0 lead, you can sacrifice 2 high percentage shots with a hawk goalie that's making 32 saves. So at the end of the day, I mean, they had an amazing third period. I don't really care what anyone says about it. I thought they played really well in third period and then 32 saves shutout. Are we going to do 3 stars?
Yeah, I just want to say something really quickly. Just off your point, Felly. I 100% agree with you. The Leafs third period, I even watched Steve Dangle. He said, like, what are the Leafs doing? Like, it's 2-1 and they're just in their zone. Speaking from experience, it's a mindset, right? You're in the second intermission and your coach is like, guys, you're up 3-0. We don't need to score. Play defense first. So that's your mindset. And you kind of lose that offensive, like chances. You don't have someone always deep. You have someone always back, like you said, the trap, right? And obviously, if you're playing the trap, chances are going to come in your zone. You're not pressuring, right? So, to anyone out there, who thinks the Leafs had a bad third period, trust me, when you're a good team like that, that's I would not consider that a bad third period whatsoever. It's just defense. But yeah, let's continue with that third star. Does anyone volunteer to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. So my third star, not to go completely off the board, but I really thought that both Kerfoot and Galchenyuk both had really, really good games. But I want to give them both second star because we'll start with second star today. Obviously, Leafs win, 3 stars. So second star today, Kerfoot and Galchenyuk tied for it. That is just, they both played amazing games. The third star for me is Nylander, just because he's staying so hot. So that full second line was a star for me today. So you know what? I'll tie them all at second, and I'll just give them all second. And there's no third star today. And then first star is 32 save shutout Jack Campbell. That's just unbelievable playoff hockey. And like I said, these are similarities between this like whatever it was, 2018 Stanley Cup champion Jordan Binnington. He's been looking like he's making those desperation saves. He's doing everything that needs to be done. I mean, a 32 save shutout doesn't matter what kind of like shots you're getting. That's unbelievable, right? So it's like it just boggles my mind like that he's doing so well, and it is his first playoffs, and he's 27 years old and he's barely played a full season, right? So it's just all these things up in the air, and he's just playing unbelievable hockey. So and he's doing it all with a smile on his face. So that makes it 10 times better too. So he's my first star in personality and the way he played.
Yeah, for sure. That's a perfect list. I just wanted to say that my list is a little bit different. As you guys heard, I kind of went through them, so I'm just gonna make it quick. I got to go with Kerfy, Galley, and then obviously we all know every Leafs first star should be that man back there, Jack Campbell. Unbelievable. And to say that he's played 4 playoff games and one is a shutout is unbelievable. And the stats are just remarkable, and I just have no complaints. You just got to keep it steady and know that Toronto's behind him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said, both of you. And I feel like all the stars are taken right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put 1 star, and that's Travis Dermott.
Eric, you can go first next time.
Okay, I'll go first next time.
What
But
did you say?
He doesn't deserve to go first after this.
no, okay. My first star, Travis Dermott, for being
Well,
the
or
most.
Mia?
No. Travis Dermott for being the most unnoticeable player, probably the whole game.
Uncalled
Didn't notice him
for.
once.
Super uncalled for.
It's okay, whatever. I'm just so excited.
All right.
Whoa. I'm just so excited that the Leafs are 1 game away, and hopefully they can finish off on Thursday or Saturday.
I think your first star should be Caulfield, Eric, for the amount of times he stand on the puck.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
He's a little nervous, eh?
he was
But
really
yeah.
nervous.
Yeah, for sure. I guess that'll do it, unless you guys have burning thoughts that you haven't got off your chest yet. No? All right. Well,
Nope.
Thank you guys for watching the Buds in the Box. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Enter the jersey giveaway. Go check out our sponsors. Link in the description. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure to follow us before you finish this podcast. So thank you guys for listening and watching. This has been the Buds in the Box. Bye for now.